when you break it down, it is the NFL. You heard me say this before. There's no really like homecoming games. Listen, we all appreciated the Army-Navy game yesterday in the history, but like when LSU played Army, do you think West Point, the cadets, had a chance? And not no, but hell no. Now, you want to respect them, but listen, LSU is going to kill them. And the NFL's not like that. Even the bad teams, you got to come to play or you can lose a game. And God forbid we'd have lost to Carolina because Carolina's a bad team. They're bad. You can see why they won one game. And Bryce Young, he has to go to a sports psychologist, I'm sure, right now. I mean, considering, I don't care what you did at Alabama. This NFL, he was 13 of 36. So, listen, it just shows you how tough. Just ask Peyton Manning how tough it was his rookie year. Just ask Trevor Lawrence, the Prince, when the Jaguars, how tough it was his rookie year. But you know what the bottom line is? You got to beat the bad teams. And the Saints did that in a dominating fashion to close out the game. Now, it was not always like that.
Right.
But that's why you play 4 quarters. You look when all said and done. You know what, just as big at us beating Carolina, 28-6, you know what's just as big? Because of the tiebreaker. What is it, Steve? It's a trick question. It's not a trick question. It's an obvious answer. Tampa Bay won.
Right.
That's what we needed.
All right, so
tiebreakers.
Everyone's all evened up, but the Tampa Bay and the Falcons still have that slight edge over the Saints. But we're all at even Stevens record-wise at least.
Yes, but then you have to look at the tiebreakers, how you get into the postseason. That's why you didn't need Atlanta to keep the upper hand. And Atlanta was undefeated in the NFC South. They were 3-0,
which is wild to think, right?
So now they're 3-1, and guess what? Now we're 2-2,
right?
So that's
and Tampa and Atlanta now 3-1.
That's
right?
why I said it's just as important the Saints beating Carolina as Tampa Bay winning at Atlanta. So we're in the hunt. Like Deuce and I talking about, you got to stay in the hunt.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
No, you got to keep fighting. Now, you got to take care of the sorry Giants next Sunday, but it is the NFL. You got to take care of business. Now,
watch out for Tommy DeVito.
Come on. Well, I'm not going to say it can't happen.
Exactly.
But we got to take care of business with that. No, the toughest game, even though because the NFC South is a little weak this year, the bottom line is you got to beat at Tampa and you got to beat Atlanta to close out the season. Now, to me, maybe not as much as the Lions. And the Lions, look, they lost to the Bears today. Division game, division opponent. But it's going to be tough to go at the Rams. When you look at that Thursday night game, and we have the Rams, here, a phone in the background. So I don't know whose phone that is. But anyway, to win on Thursday night against the Rams, it's going to be tough. Look, they just lost in overtime at Baltimore. So Matthew Stafford. So, but that's down the road. You got to take care of business now. We did that against the Panthers. And then you got to take care of business against the Giants. To win, go on a winning streak. We were on a 3-game losing streak. We snapped that. So now we got 1 win. Okay? To get to 2 wins, you got to have 1 win. So now we got 1 win. So we got to take care of business against the Giants. What's next up? Now, to look at how the game kind of unfolded, you might say it was ugly at times, but the bottom line is that we won. We only had 207 total yards. We got outgained basically by 100 yards. But you got to look at points. Points scored. 28-6, that's a dominating win. If you look at it, you look at red zone and how you break that all down, the Panthers were 0 for 2 in the red zone. Goal to go 0 for 1. One thing we've been outstanding is that, because it's within the red zone, inside the 10-yard line. So if you look at it, goal to go and the red zone, we were 3 of 4 in the red zone, which is very good. We were 2 for 2 in goal to go situation, which is outstanding. Now, if you look at time of possession, and I said, well, Carolina had almost 10 minutes more the football than we had. Well, that makes sense because we were only 3 of 10, 30% converting on third down. But when you look at it, Carolina was one of the best teams, like the Saints, on third down defense. They were giving them 34, 35%. So that didn't surprise me that we kind of struggled on third down. We ended up being +1 for the game. Turnover margin, so now we +5 for the season. We blocked a couple of punts on the season. So now, still, I don't know if you're the Giants, you think they're going to try and run the ball against us? I would say not only yes, but hell yes. I don't know if they'll have success like Carolina. Look at Hebert. He averaged basically 4 yards a carry, 23 carries, 87 yards. Miles Sanders, he's been stealing money for Carolina. But then he had that 48-yard chunk run. He had he averaged 7.5 yards a carry, 74 total. But the thing that bothered me the most, because I really think he's mobile, but he really doesn't even want to run. He hasn't run against nobody else, was Bryce Young.
It was those situations, too, on those third and longs where he's able to pick up the first. That's just so annoying.
No, he had in 2 games, he has 74 yards rushing against us. That's on base like today, he had 3 carries for 40 yards. And so he's basically had 5 carries for 74 yards in 2 games. You got to be able to do it. Now, it was un-Kamara-like, and why he didn't get more opportunities. You look at total yards from scrimmage, he only had 45. The reason why
receiving yards.
Well, no, you have to convert on third down also. Again, we're only 3 of 10. This is something as an offense. That's why Coach Allen said, "No, I thought we were inconsistent. We need to play better on offense." And the reason why, we had 52 plays. You should have 65 or more plays. We only had 52 plays because you weren't converting on third down when you look at all that. Now, I thought we had the big advantage, obviously. You look on special teams. And I'm not talking about because we had the block punt, which is obvious. Basically Nephi Sewell took it over the punter's foot, and then it was perfectly how you scheme things. And then DeMarco Jackson scores a touchdown. But without having Rashid Shaheed, outstanding Lynn Bowden Jr. He had 2 returns, and he averaged 11.5 yards. That's 2 less first downs you got to get. Now, do you take advantage of that opportunity? But good for Lynn Bowden, averaging 11.5 yards a punt return. Now, on defense, I thought there was still plays to be made, and he made a lot of plays. Jordan Houghton ended up leading the team with 8 unassisted tackles, 10 total. He had a sack, pass defended, forced fumble, double D, Demario Davis. He seems like he's drunk. He's drunk. He's drank more from the fountain of youth this year more than Cam Jordan, that being Demario Davis. He had 8 total tackles, a sack and a half, 3 quarterback hurries, tackle for loss, pass defending. Double D is really stepping up. Now, we expect this now from Carl Granderson coming up with a sack, quarterback hurry.
First one since the Colts game for Carl.
Yes, and we need that from him. We need him right now to be – we got to have at least one guy get double digits. Who's kind of closer to get the double-digit sacks right now? Is Demario Davis, maybe. And you know why that's not good? Because that means you're doing stunts and you're trying to trick them. You want your defensive lineman to lead the team in sacks, have double digits, because then that means you're winning straight up one-on-one. Now, Steve, I told you, and they were picking on him, and he led the team in passes defending with 3. Is it Yadam or Yidam? Yidam?
Yadam, you got it.
Yadam, okay. Without having Marshawn Lattimore, hell yeah, they could try and throw at him. But, hey, listen, Adam Thielen, that didn't surprise me. But other than that, even though he's from LSU, DJ Chark, no, they're nothing to write home about. Thielen had 5 catches, 74 yards, 15-yard average. But other than that, no, I can see why Carolina only won 1 game. No, we might be the weakest division in the NFC South, and Carolina, okay, out of 32 teams, no, they're the worst. Carolina's bad. But again, it's a game. It's a victory, and we swept them. Well, that's what, if we at least trending or heading in the right direction, you got to beat a sorry-ass team like Carolina. And we did that. And we've done that. There was a lot of